Corners are where most of your time is won or lost. There are average 15 to 20 turns on a regular MX track, by far the most reoccurring obstacle. What makes corners interesting is that not one of them is the same, and that there are lots of different options: entering, exiting, wide line, inside lines, squaring off and rallying the berms. I have developed a special technique in the sand turns over the years, which I will share with you. It's not going to be easy, but keep practicing and you'll see the great benefits.
I will open up my mind for you. Let me open up my heart for you. Take me anywhere you want me to.
In the sand, the lines are changing so fast. Every lap you have to already think what you're going to do in the next lap. Now in the beginning, the track is smooth and is flat. But after a while, there's no flat parts anymore. It's only bumps. So then it's a matter of how to approach the corner and how to use the right technique. For 90%, you should be standing on your foot pegs when you ride in the sand. Sitting down and going through these deep bumps is not gonna make it easier for your riding. So try to stay on those foot pegs and try to bring your weight body a bit more to the back. That your bike is a bit more up in the front, because if you put too much pressure on the front wheel is gonna keep looking for the sand and you're gonna have a lot of head shake. The shortest way is usually the fastest way, but that's not always the case in the sand. Because the bumps are getting so fast, so deep, you have to really start looking for faster lines. You start off on the inside usually, and then you just go ending up complete to the outside until the outside is so bumpy that I think you should consider of going back to the inside and just go through the big bumps. It's the shortest way, but I also believe it's the fastest way. When you got a really bumpy sand track, it's very important to find the timing on the track. When you're gonna try and go just flat out and wide open, you're just gonna end up nowhere. It's so important to know the points where you're on the throttle, where you go off the throttle, where your braking points are, and try to be very fluent through the corners. Like when you're entering the corner, you can use the clutch technique. You pull the clutch while you're braking, and it brings less tension on your rear shock, and it makes the bike much more easier and smoother going into the corner. So you can ride much more fluent and faster coming out of the corners, exiting, so you can go easier over the bumps. The sand is very heavy for the engine, so try to listen to your bike and try to use the engine power to go through the sand. Don't rev it too much, because you're not gonna go any faster by revving it like hell. Just try to shift on time, and if you can, where the corners are fast enough, try to keep the third gear going through these faster corners. It makes life so much easier, plus you can gain much more speed exiting the corner, so the next bumps which are coming, you can go much more faster and easier through them. For 90% you have to try and stay on your foot pegs. Now there are certain points and parts on the track where you have to sit down, for especially like 180 degrees corners. But even then, I'm trying to keep my feet on the foot pegs. I sit a bit more backwards. I'm set up for the next section and the next corner.